Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am sure you're getting sick of seeing this shirt because I've worn it. I filmed like 3 videos today because I actually have time and I have like all these videos that I wanted to film. So I wanted to do an introduction for you guys because I'm gonna be doing a little declutter on my floor. I have a whole pile of makeup that I want to get rid of, and I wanted to share with you the reason why I am not keeping any of it and just give you a little bit of insight into my thoughts about why some of these products were not for me. So if you are interested in seeing a makeup declutter, stick around and we will get into it. Okay, you guys, so I have this whole box of stuff that I'm going to declutter sitting in front of me, and the first thing I wanted to show you is this Juvia's Place palette. The reason that I am not keeping this is kind of like twofold. I just feel like these colors they just don't speak to me. I don't know why. I just never ever reach for this palette. I thought the packaging was like so pretty. Like I think it's so beautiful, but I just, for whatever reason, I just don't know. I just did not reach for this palette, and I just feel like somebody like my next door neighbor, who I'm absolutely love, who is wonderful. I think she'll really like this, so I'm just gonna pass it along to her. The next thing I wanted to get rid of, I bought this Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade, what is this? This was like some limited edition, and I thought it looked so pretty. But you guys, it's got a slight tint that I feel like is not outstanding on me. Like, it's gold, but it's almost got like a greeny shift. Like, let me show it to you. Do you guys see how it's like gold but almost green? I mean, it does have a mermaid. Like maybe that's the point, is that it's kind of like a gold with a greenish shift, but it just does not look good on my skin tone. Like it just did not work for me. So I'm also gonna pass that on. I have a feeling that this would look really, really good on somebody with more of an olivey skin tone. So I might pass this on to somebody who's got an olivey skin tone. Next is the It Cosmetics Oil-Free Matte CC Cream. This is in the shade Light. You guys, this was totally the wrong color for me. Like it's not the right color. I have a feeling it is also gonna be the right color for my next door neighbor, and she's also got oily skin, and I think she'll like this. But this was just, it was the wrong shade, and so I'm just gonna pass it on to her. And then the next thing I am getting rid of is a really, really old blush by NARS. It's called Luster. You guys, this has got to be 10 years old. I don't know. It's really old. It's actually a really pretty color. It's kind of like a peachy brown, but it's like so old, and I haven't touched it in so long that I just feel like it's time to get rid of it. Next is this translucent loose powder by L'Oreal. And the reason that I'm getting rid of this is because I have like 500 powders, and I just needed to like declutter my powders a little bit. I have so many. It's a good powder. I feel like it's fine. It's, you know, does a nice job of just like, if you want to dust your face with a translucent powder, I mean, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just have too many powders, and it's got to go. Next is this Dermablend Professional Cover Cream. Okay, you guys, so funny. Like when Makeup Geek first started her channel, she talked about how she thought this was like the best concealer ever. I never ever used it. It's like the thickest concealer like of life, and I thought that maybe it would be good to cover up my varicose veins on my legs, because if you've seen the commercials for this, they like tout that it can like cover up tattoos. But let me just say, it did nothing for the varicose veins on my legs, and it is certainly too thick for a concealer, so I am just like getting rid of it. This is just not something I need in my life. Next, I am getting rid of, this is more of an empty, I'm just getting rid of the Slash Princess. I used it, I finished it, but it does cause some flaking underneath my eyes, which I'm not in love with, even though I really like it. I'm gonna pass on this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. It is so rare that my husband like comments on my makeup. Like I'll walk out the door and he'll be like, oh, you look really good. Like your makeup looks really nice. But it is really rare that he looks at me and he's like, I don't know what you put under your eyes, but it's like, it doesn't look good. Like all your wrinkles, I can see it. I wore this to the Christmas party for my company, and I thought it was like so great. It was like a Tarte Shape Tape dupe, and I like wore it under my eyes, and we were driving home, and he goes, I'm not really sure what you were wearing. Like he was trying to be nice. He was like, I'm not really sure what you were wearing under your eyes, but it's really making your eyes look like old and your skin look dry and like not good. And I was like, that's it, I'm getting rid of it. So this is out the window. Next is this lip liner by LA Girl. The reason that I'm passing it on is because the color is just like too bright for me. Let me make a bigger swatch for you guys. It is just too bright. of a peach for me. It is nice and creamy. Like, I'm looking at it in the viewfinder and it doesn't look crazy, but I can tell you that on my lips, it did not look good. It was not the right color for me. So I'm just gonna pass that on. This little Milk Makeup Blur Stick was a, I got it like as a Sephora perk. I haven't even opened it. It's still in the packaging, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to my next door neighbor, Kendall, because I have one and I don't think that much of it. Like, I don't feel like it's so incredible that I need to have two. So I'm just gonna pass it along to Kendall. You guys are gonna know Kendall by the end of this video. I'm also gonna give her this Pixie by Petra highlighter and blush. It's fine. There is nothing wrong with this. And I actually think that like if you swirled your brush around in it, like it would be really, really pretty. But I have never used it. And I got it like in a, not a boxy charm, but like a, what are those other ones, an Ipsy bag? And I had never used it. And I thought, you know, if I like never picked this up, I should just pass it along to her because she like loves makeup too and she's gonna enjoy it. Two other Pixie products that I'm gonna pass along to Kendall are these two glittery eyeshadow sticks. These actually Marnie gave me because she didn't want them. And then I tried them, but they were like very glittery. And I kind of felt like, really, Fisher, you're like 43. Come on. Do you really need to be wearing something this glittery? So I think Kendall will love these. I'll just give them to her. And then a gold one. Let me show you that. I mean, I think they're really good toppers. Here's the gold one. I just feel like she's like 21 and like out on the town and like hanging out with her friends, and she's doing way more fun stuff than me. And I think that she can utilize sparkly eyeshadows more than I can. Okay, next thing I'm throwing away actually is this Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. This was like a Lisa Eldridge recommendation many years ago, and I just never ever liked it. I don't know why. I felt like it was too hard, too thick. I didn't feel like it covered up my blemishes as well as the NARS concealer that comes in a pot, the little potted one that I think is so much better for blemishes. And so this is like now dried out and cracking, so I'm just gonna toss it. It just needs to go. And then, okay, you guys, look at this. I have kept this for so many years because it's nostalgic. Like, I couldn't let go of it. Aveda has makeup, and I bought this like 10 or 15 years ago. It was like one of the first high-end makeup things that I ever bought, and now I can't get it open again. And this is how the blush came, and it's in this like bright baby pink, and I have not worn it in so long. It's just silly to keep it. It just is. But it's also like a really, really kind of blue toned pink. I'm not sure that it's like the best color in the world for me, and I need to just get over it and move on and get rid of it. I am also getting rid of this really old Clinique blush that I got a lot of use out of. I mean, this is so old. It's called Almond Blossom. I'm sure you guys remember when like Clinique came out with these, but it's like a really pretty kind of, God, as I'm swatching it, I'm like, maybe I should keep it. It's actually really pretty, you guys. Maybe I'm gonna keep this. I was gonna throw it away because it's kind of old, but I might spray some alcohol on top of it to get rid of whatever germs are on there and try it again. It's kind of like a really bronzy kind of blush, but it's got a little bit of a sheen that's actually really pretty. I think I might try this again. Is that what happens when you declutter? You like decide to keep it anyway? That actually looks really pretty. I'm also getting rid of this old Orgasm. Y'all, this was like, I wore this for so long, and like the container's like all disgusting and sticky. I just need to throw it away. I've got several new things of NARS Orgasm. I have the little bitty ones that I've gotten in various gifts or 100-point perks for Sephora that like I don't need to be wearing something that's that old. I am going to get rid of this Milani liquid lipstick in the shade 21 Prismatic Touch. And the reason I'm gonna get rid of it is because it's just uncomfortable. Like, I wore it recently and I was like, ugh, this feels terrible. Like, it's just, I feel like some people can tolerate liquid lips better than me, and I did not tolerate the dryness associated with it. There was another one that I was also gonna get rid of, and I think I also got this in an Ipsy bag. It's called Manna, and it's a really pretty like mauve-y lip, like, you know, liquid lip, and I think Kendall will have fun with it. You guys are gonna be like BFF with Kendall by the end of this video. I'm gonna throw away two concealers that are just old. One of them is this Rimmel one, which I actually liked. I think they don't make it anymore. It's almost gone. I mean, it's practically empty. And then I'm also gonna get rid of this, who is this? Dream Lumi by Maybelline. This is also basically empty, so there's really no reason to keep them. Both of them have like these brushes, and they're almost gone, and they're so old that I feel like I'm not gonna really put those brushes on my face. I feel like they're gross. But I did use both of them up. I probably wouldn't repurchase them because I don't like either of them as much as my Maybelline Fit Me or my Maybelline Age Rewind. So I just think they're old, and getting rid of them. Did use them, but didn't love them. Next, I am getting rid of this Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. This is in the shade Fair. And at first I really, really liked this, you guys. I thought it was so pretty because it's kind of got this like white sheen, and it's got like, obviously you guys know, it's got like such a buttery consistency, but I feel like it looked too frosty on my skin. I mean, I'm so fair that basically nothing looks frosty on me, but I felt like this, the more I used it, the more frosty it looked, and I just did not care for it. So I'm gonna pass that along to somebody who's like super fair. So there's that. And then, this is so frustrating, y'all. I'm getting rid of these two Urban Decay 24/7 concealer pencils. I don't even know if they make these anymore. When I originally bought this, I was like, this is gonna be perfect for blemishes. Like, you just like put it on a blemish. I think I talked about this once in another video. Like, you just put it on the blemish. It's like a perfect pencil, blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be great. It's so convenient, but I am telling you, this never sets, and it like wipes right off. There's like no point in even having it, and I'm so annoyed because I got two when I got it because I was so excited. That I kept one in my work bag and one at home, and like they just do not work. So I'm just getting rid of those. I don't know, maybe I should try to use them as under eye concealer. I'm gonna get rid of this Physicians Formula powder. I'm just gonna throw it away. It's like got those little bumps on it, like hard pan or something. It's just time, it's just old. And then I'm getting rid of my Milk pencil in the shade White because I have, this does not set as well as some of the other pencils I have. Like, for example, I have an older Jordana one, and I think I have one by Wet n Wild, that I feel like if you're really trying to get an intense look on your lid and you really want to have a light color on your lid, I could use one of those and they set. Where this Milk pencil in White, it doesn't set like I want it to, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Next is another LA Girl pencil that was also just the wrong color for me, so I'm gonna pass it on. Maybe Kendall will use it. It's just a rosy pink, but it's just too bright for me. I just don't wear pinks that are that bright. Again, in the viewfinder, it does not look crazy. It's just, in real life, it looks crazy. But these are super creamy, and if I could find a color that I really liked, I would probably pick it up. So I really did like the formula. Okay, I'm getting rid of these two old highlighters from Sephora, you guys. Like, look at how old these are. Do you remember these? Who remembers these? Raise your hand if you remember these. Like, it's just crazy. Like how long I have had them. I have one in peach and I have one in pink, and they're more than a decade old. Like, they just need to go. So I'm getting rid of both of those. And then I'm getting rid of this NYX black eye pencil. There's no good reason for it, except that I know I'm never gonna use it because I use my my Smashbox Always Sharps like 100% of the time. So I will never use this kohl pencil, so I'll just give it to Kendall. She'll use it. And then I'm also gonna get rid of the gold. Also, I'm gonna give this to Kendall because I think it's gonna look beautiful on her skin tone. And I don't think that this yellow gold looks so beautiful on me. Like, it's a little bit, it looks like an old gold, and she's slightly like got a darker complexion than me, and I think this color is gonna look better on her. And then I'm gonna get rid of this little Erin. It was just a trial size Erin, like Estee Lauder Erin, like her daughter Erin lip conditioner. There's a little bit left in there. It was just not for me. It had a very Vaseline-y like consistency, and I do not like Vaseline consistency lip products. They just don't work for me. Next, I'm getting rid of this NYX Butter Gloss in Eclair. I just put it on recently and I was like, oh, I don't like that color on me. Let me swatch it for you guys. It was just too like lollipop pink on my skin. I just did not care for the color, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then I got this little Peak Cheek cream blush, also in a Ipsy bag. It's like the cutest thing ever. It's like this teeny weeny little blush that you could like, you know, it's like a cream blush that you could just like toss in your bag. But I mean, I never use that, and I never ever reapply makeup, but I do think it's a really pretty color, and Kendall might get use out of that. in her life. And then this I actually used to really like. This is called the PCA Skin Peptide Lip Therapy. I actually loved it, but I don't love it as much as my Laneige or my By Terry lip balms. Plus I've got those beautiful lip balms that were sent to me by oh my gosh, it's a French brand and it is called, I'll put it up on the screen because I'm like having a memory thing, but I had a few lip balms sent to me by Emile Cordon. That's what it is. And they're beautiful and the texture is gorgeous and I really like them. And so I just never reach for this PCA lip treatment anymore. So I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't, otherwise it's gonna get bad and I'm gonna have to throw it away. But it's really nice. That, you guys, is it. That wraps up my declutter. Those are just some of the makeup things that I felt like I didn't need or I could pass on to somebody who could get more use out of them. I did give my mom the Natural Love eyeshadow palette from Too Faced. I've said this several times on my channel. I think that might have been the most disappointing palette I ever bought. It was so expensive. It was like $60. I thought the colors were going to be beautiful and usable, and I thought that the quality was just so poor that it was saddening. So anyway, my mom was over one day and she was like, oh, this looks pretty. I'm like, take it, it's yours, just have it. So I gave my mom the Natural Love palette and I think she seems to be enjoying it, but she's like not as picky about eyeshadow, right? Like all of us makeup junkies, we get like super spoiled and we, you know, get super picky about our eyeshadows. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that declutter. I hope it feels good to you, like it feels good to me to get rid of some old stuff, some stuff that I'm not gonna use, and some stuff that just needs to be passed on to somebody who's gonna use it more than me. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, and you will be notified each time I post a new video. It was great having you guys here with me today. Thanks so much for taking time out of your schedule to watch this video, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.